Hi guys, I recently made a video where I was discussing a new way of recording so I could record at 60 frames a second, and one of the responses I got a lot was, you should try Shadowplay, it's brilliant, it has no performance drop, superb quality and so on. And I thought I would address that particular issue so that people realize I've tried it, and I continue to try, and I'm continuing to look at Shadowplay. It is pretty exciting. It is, I think, going to be something I use in the future when it's finally finished, but at the moment it's just not good enough for my Let's Plays. The quality is good, that is true. It's not superb, it's not as good as the recording quality I use. I record in lossless format, whereas Shadowplay uses H.264 codec at 50 megabits per second, which is pretty good. It's way better than you see on YouTube, way better than you see on YouTube. So once you upload to YouTube, the difference between how you record it is less of an issue, but it's still there. And I can tell you now, you can see the drop in quality when you record lossy. The program actually performs very well. Shadowplay, it performs very well. It uses the graphics card hardware to do all the rendering, so it takes the load off your CPU. Now, this means your performance is better than other programs if you have some room left on your graphics card's processing power. So if your graphics card is not being pushed, you'll probably find Shadowplay is a brilliant option. Whereas if your graphics card is being pushed to its limit, you may actually find it doesn't perform as well as things like Bandicam or DxTory. At least that's what I've found. It does vary machine to machine, game to game, and in games like Skyrim, how you've modded it depends on what you're pushing. Are you using a lot of ENPs, texture mods, that type of thing? Or are you pushing the game by extending the U-grids, adding new NPCs? It really does depend where the bottleneck is on your system as to, you know, how well Shadowplay will work on your system. Don't believe people who say, oh, it's got absolutely no performance hit. It does have a performance hit. Obviously, all software solutions have a performance hit, and it does have one. It will depend on your system. That's just how it is. But obviously, to someone like me, I'm recording currently in lossless format, which is perfect quality. I mean, it's not good or superb, it's perfect quality. What I see on my screen when I play is what I record, and I have zero performance drop because I don't use a software solution to record, I use a hardware solution to record. I record from a second machine. Now, you cannot do that on Shadowplay. So currently, my existing setup is better quality, less performance. But having said that, I might actually use Shadowplay if it weren't for the fact that it doesn't handle audio well. Because Shadowplay is looking very interesting for 60 frames a second. It seems to be very smooth. It's very, very nicely done, and honestly, the performance hit and the quality hit I could probably take, but I can't handle the fact that it merges microphone and game audio into one track. The DxTory and Bandicam, and in fact Rec Central, which is the software that comes with the hardware that I record with, all record microphone to a separate track than your game. And that allows you to manipulate the volume of those two independently. So I can massively turn down the volume in game if for some reason, you know, I do that a lot in games like Stalker, where for some reason the background noise just gets really annoying. It isn't even that loud, so you can't even have the system auto-balance it. It's just really annoying sound from the radio that really does interfere when you're trying to talk about something. So I have to sort of drop it quite dramatically, or if I'm whispering like this because the house is quiet, sometimes I'll need to boost the microphone, and although you can set up automatic systems for that, they're never perfect, never even close actually. So being able to manipulate the audios as separate tracks, absolutely critical for my Let's Plays. So Shadowplay just does not have that at the moment, whereas, you know, many other solutions do. Now, I do expect Shadowplay to get that type of feature. It is fairly standard now, and when it does, there is a good chance I will switch to using Shadowplay. There is a good chance. But right now, just not going to happen. Anyway, I thought I would answer that question via a video because I do get asked it an awful lot. Shadowplay does look interesting. It is an exciting new development, but at the moment it's not quite ready for recording Let's Plays. Okay, thank you for listening.